on Summit because this is something that's like really true to my heart. So I'm gonna wait just like 1 more minute to let people get on here and then we will start. And I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to do the training and have 2 Battle of the Hostess parties going the week of Summit. I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind, but that's life, right? My 2-year-old, or not 2-year-old, how old is he? 4. He started preschool today and I totally forgot to take him back to school shopping. And he was so sad when he woke up this morning with no new clothes to wear. So we can't do everything, right? But all right. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, I first want to see, by raise of hands, who has never attended Summit before? Okay, so there's a lot of you. Okay, this is fun. I'm excited about this. All right, so a little bit of a backstory. If you've like heard anything about my story before, then you maybe already know this, but I've been doing ZYIA since the first week. I started week 1, which would mean if you count this summit, I've had a chance to go to 7 summits. Now, I've never made Summit a priority, and I feel like super sad saying that, but we have a family vacation that falls the exact same weekend as Summit. It's a week-long vacation. The first weekend is the exact same weekend of Summit every single year. So my first year in Summit, I was like, I can't miss this family vacation. It's an extended family vacation, so I didn't go that year. And then we had a mini Summit in Salt Lake, which was really easy to go to, so I went to that one because I'm from Utah. And then again, the next summer, I was like, should I go? Should I not? I don't want to miss this vacation. So I didn't go again. The next mini summit was out of the state. It wasn't in, I think it was in Chicago. And so I was like, oh no, it was in Texas. So I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can make it work. I have 4 kids. My husband works. I didn't make it priority then. And then finally last summer, so 2019, I was like, you know what? I probably need to go to Summit. I have heard such great things about it. And I should maybe make it a party, but I was still toying with the idea because by going to Summit, I would be missing the first like 3 days of my family vacation. So I went to Summit. And back up really fast. Can you run a successful business by not attending Summit? Sure, 100% you can. Will your business be that much more successful by attending Summit? 128%, you guys. I'm telling you, if you have never made it a priority, you have to make it a priority to go. There's something about being together with a group of girls, and this time it's going to be a little bit different, but I'm still sure it's going to be awesome. But being together with a group of girls that does the exact same thing you do, there is something really, really powerful about that. So now we're fast forward to the summit that I attended last year. It was in Salt Lake City. I was kind of nervous because it was the first time I'd ever attended Summit, and I had been doing this for almost 3 years now, and everybody knew each other, and I was pretty intimidated to go. But I'm telling you, the things I heard in that summit not only changed my business, but it changed my personal life 1,000 times. I can't explain that. If I had not attended that summit, I don't think I would be here where I am at today in my business and in my life. Me and my husband had just opened up a gym 3 months prior to me attending Summit, and the things I heard in Summit and felt in Summit were literally life-changing for that business. Were life-changing for our other business that we run and for my ZYIA business. So that is my testimony to you guys, that you have to make it a priority. I think it's going to be really easy not to watch Summit because it is virtual, but then again, it will be really easy to watch it because it is virtual. So I'm telling you right now, take that time on Saturday, as much time as you can, and set aside that time for your business. You will not regret it, and I can tell you that 1,000 times. It is being recorded, but I think it's going to be harder to find the time to watch the replay than it will be to watch it live. And there's something special about watching that live as it's happening and knowing that thousands of girls across the United States and Canada are watching exactly what you are. So I'm telling you, make the time to do it. Ask your husband, a significant other, if you have kids, get a babysitter, make the time to do it outside of your home if you can, someplace where you can focus, get together with another group of girls if you can, and focus on Summit. So that's my testimony, short and sweet, but you have to make it a priority. Yes, you can run a successful business without it, but I promise you it will be that much better if you go. So there we go. That's my little spiel for y'all. Okay, so if this is your first summit, you are going to feel this energy that is, I can't explain it. It's a completely different energy than I've ever felt. And we like to kind of call it like a summit hangover, but you're going to feel so high the whole entire day. And then that night, the next day, you're going to crash. And this is kind of what I want to walk and work you guys through on steps to take during summit and then steps to take after summit. This isn't going to be a super long training, but I want you to write these things down and remember them now so that while summit is happening, you can kind of implement that. So the first thing I would say, grab a power partner. If you are watching summit by yourself, find somebody else, whether they're watching it by themselves or not, somebody else that you can bounce ideas off of. I feel like we can hear things and somebody else can hear things and we're both hearing them differently. So it's kind of fun to connect with someone and work through what you're hearing together and like what you heard together. So that's step one, pick a power partner. Okay. Step two, during summit, like I said, there's going to be a ton of information flowing your way. You're going to feel all the feels during this thing. Take time to just have a brain dump. While summit is being said, I want you to write down every single thing that you're hearing, but more importantly, what you're feeling. I think sometimes things can speak to us. Someone can say something, and I'm going to say names because I can see you guys. Randy might hear something one way, and Kristen might hear something the other way. The exact same thing is being said, but I want you to kind of categorize it and how you, not categorize it, write it down in how you are understanding it and you're feeling it, because that's how you can better implement it in the other day. Don't rely on just snapping pictures of the slides. I do that every time, and I don't know why, because I never look at them again. Write down how you're feeling and what you're hearing so that you can relate to that again when you're going back and reading your notes. So brain dump. So while summit's going, I just want you to write down everything you're thinking, hearing, feeling. Okay, the next would be list and prioritize what you want to implement. Like I said, you're going to get so much information, but we can't do it all. You're going to feel like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. I'm telling you, the hype that comes from this is so exciting. But then you get over with and you're like, well, how in the heck am I going to implement all those 20 things? You can't. There's no way. We're not perfect at everything. We can't do everything. And what's that saying? Like 33% of everything equals nothing. I don't even know the saying, but something like that. If someone knows the saying, put it in the chat so everyone can know what that is. But I'm sure you heard that saying before. So list and prioritize what you want to implement. I would start by sticking with like 2 to 3 things, 2 to 3 major thoughts that you want to implement, and do them one at a time. Take week one, I'm going to implement this. And then next one, week 2, I'm going to implement this. Week 3, implement this. And then stick to that. This is where your power partner is going to come into play. Get that power partner and work with that power partner and let them know, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And then stay accountable to that person, well, and vice versa. Okay, the next thing I would say is take time to decompress. Like I said, you're going to feel like the biggest high you've ever felt ever, natural high you've ever felt ever, the day after or the day of summit. And then that night you're going to crash, and it is the weirdest mental overload you've ever experienced. But it's important to take time to decompress from that. However, don't decompress too long. I would take a day, 12 hours something, to decompress with the mindset that you're going to get to work after you take that allotted time to decompress. So take the time to decompress, but then get to work right after implementing that first thing that you said you were going to implement. And then the other thing is, don't try to do it all. I think we already mentioned that. There's going to be a lot of awesome information. There's no way you can do it all. So pick your top 2, 3 favorite things, run with those and get going with it. If you have a team, I would challenge your team to do the same. Talk to those girls. Hey, what was your number 1 favorite thing in summit? What was your number 2 favorite thing, number 3 favorite thing? And then implement those within your team. So you have your own things that you're implementing, and then you have the things that you're implementing with your team. You guys, this was really an only 10-minute training. That's the end of my notes. Does anyone have any questions? Sarah, help me out here. What else? Is that too short of a training? Do you guys have any questions at all about Summit, I guess?
No, I think it's a perfect thing. Short and sweet and to the point. I don't think we need to be here all night. Honestly, I think it's perfect. I love everything that you said. I think that Realizing, which I love that you said at the beginning, realizing that if you leave Summit and you're like, I don't even know what to do next, like, because you are here all weekend, you're like, yeah, and then you like come home and you're like, okay, now I got to get to work. I love the idea of the brain dump. I think that that's helped me a ton, which I'll do it during, but I'll do it after as well. Like I'll be like, okay, what it is, and then I want you can even go back and circle when you brain dump things that actually were things that you wanted to implement. Sometimes people talk about stuff and I'm like, oh, okay, now I need to do this, 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 and this, but it's not necessarily something that I'm passionate about. So then don't do it. Do you know what I mean? So I think find what's passionate for you in your brain dump, and don't leave with guilt, I guess, and all these things you need to do. Leave with inspiration and all these things that you now have all these ideas of what you can incorporate into your business. But I felt like that was perfect.
Okay, good. Sorry, I'm like, I could keep going if you want me, but it's going to get boring. So I would say, does anyone else have any questions? What can we expect? Oh, with this being the first virtual summit, I'm not sure, but what I can say is I wouldn't be surprised if it's awesome. I really think that corporate's going to do a good job. I love that it's not a Zoom call. That's what I originally thought it was going to be. I don't know if you guys have read the emails, but it's going to be broadcasted. There will be a separate web browser just for this. They're going to send out a link. You'll plug that link into your computer and we're going to watch it. So it's not going to be a Zoom call. There's not going to be any like limited amount of people that can be on it, and I think that's going to be great. There's going to be, usually they have a couple keynote speakers. I'm sure there's going to be recognition. It'll be interesting to see how they do that, but I'm sure there'll be recognition. We have some of our top leaders that will be talking. I think some people's husbands are talking, which I think is awesome. How to be a supportive spouse, which I really think that's super important, especially if you're running this as a business. What else? Oh, product sneak peeks is huge. That one's really fun. And then Sarah's saying 16 breakout sessions. So it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a full day of really good information. And I know just by the past on what ZYIA can do, I know that it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be well worth the time, even though it's virtual. I really think it will be well worth our time to be there.
I just want to say something. Hi, I'm Angel. I'm in Charleston. I love Sarah and this team. I just want to say Summit is the reason why I got so fired up. I did mini Summit in Nashville. I was kind of on the fence, not sure what I was going to do with my business, and it really and truly changed everything for me. I am so pumped. I'm doing this full time. It has been a dream for me. But definitely, I love the Power Partner. One thing that my upline and I did at Summit, and I didn't even know my upline that well, but we got together after it was over and really kind of developed a plan together of what we wanted to do. And I think our businesses really grew from that. And then, so that's super, super important, I think, to do, but also share this with your teams. Like, I know it's going to be taped, which is awesome. And if they can be a part of it, get them to be part of it, as much as possible, even if for some of it on Saturday. But have them, encourage them to watch it after, because this is so much a part of the whole entire team, and you'll really, really love it. And there's tons of amazing giveaways. Oh my gosh, the bag alone, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I was shocked by what we got I was like, this is way more than the ticket, and it was really incredible. So the whole thing is so well worth it. I'm bummed that we can't be together. I cannot wait to be at the next summit and every ZYIA thing I can possibly do, but it's because of Summit. This is all because of Summit, so take advantage.
Awesome. Did you see that question in the chat, Sarah? Do you recommend having a group chat with your teams going? I would say yes. I mean, Sarah can answer that. But yeah, thank you, Angel, so much for sharing. That's the thing. If you've never attended a summit before, I would say 100% it is crucial for your business. It's amazing what inspiration can come from this. It's really cool.
Well, and Caitlin, I know one time Sarah and I were trying to figure out like growth of our business after summits, and it was confusing and kind of difficult, but it was not ever like 10%. Like it was huge leaps and bounds. And I feel like that's kind of where we jumped into momentum, like, you know, which is that huge growth. So I just feel like it's not even an option. Like it's a crucial piece of business that you just have to, and this year it's so easy. Like this just makes it so much easier. So it's just really like such an inspiring weekend. And I feel like it's so helpful for me to hear from other people and how they're being successful and finding success, because a lot of times what I'm doing will stick for maybe 8 months and all of a sudden it's not working anymore. And so to get other ideas from people, and not even just leaders, but from others, and it feels good. And I feel like right now in today's world, we just need to feel good, right? Like, so just to be with women who are uplifting and kind of doing the same thing we're doing is just really powerful.
Yes, I think so too. Thank you so much, Brittany. Okay, well, that was a really short, sweet. I think that's a world record for the shortest training there is. So welcome to How I Roll. But if that's it and there's no other questions or comments, Sarah, do you want to say any last bit of advice?
No, I really think that everything has been said. I really am so giddy right now. For Summit, it is the freaking best. And even though it's going to be different, like I kind of got teary-eyed the other day thinking, oh, it's going to be different. But you guys, it's going to be different, and different is awesome. Like we all need connection right now. And I think that that's probably why I'm so giddy that even though it's virtual, like we get to connect. So just tune in. Like Caitlin said, I guess my only thing would be to invest in yourself. And this weekend it's going to be time, and invest in your business. And so it is easy to watch and it's easy not to watch. And so just, set aside the time, like Caitlin said, maybe leave your house and just make sure and tune in. So yes, welcome, Stephanie. Okay, Caitlin, I'll turn it over to you and we can close it, and it's all recorded. We'll post it tomorrow.
Okay, that was it. I don't have anything else to say. Okay. Thank you guys. See you at Summit.